It's 9 o'clock.
All right, good morning, boys and girls. Let's see, how many do we have on you? We have 133 participants today. All right, so we have this week, it's the 16th. We're going to get started with our morning assembly. I think we're going to start with the flag salute. All right, everyone, is follow along with the video. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay.
Good morning, boys and girls. So today we were going to continue with our character traits count of citizenship. So for the month of November and December, we will continue to work on citizenship. Next slide, please. So this week, we're going to be talking about how we can do our civic responsibility for the month of November. Boys and girls, I don't know if you remember in the past when we were in Kittredge, we did a lot of canned good collecting. Do you guys remember that? We would collect cans and we would take it to soup kitchens or donate it. This year, because of COVID, unfortunately, things are a little bit different, but there are still people who are volunteering and giving back to the community by collecting canned goods and taking them to food pantries, or others are volunteering in soup kitchens. So here are some of the things that people are doing as we speak for the month of November. As I said, collecting food for those who don't have enough, and also volunteering to make food for the homeless in soup kitchens, such as soups or Thanksgiving meals, as we know that Thanksgiving is approaching. These are ways that you can show your civic responsibility once you get older, and maybe some of your parents might already be doing this. So we're going to be watching a short video about the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank. This food bank distributes food to over 3,000 families on June 17, 2020. And as you can see, there is not just one person there, there's a lot of volunteers because it does take a lot of people to support our community. So let's watch the video and learn about the food bank.
Today we're at the Hollywood Bowl. We are expecting to serve approximately 3,000 households who are in need of food assistance. What we're distributing is approximately 80 pounds of a combination of shelf-stable items, produce, as well as frozen meats and dairy. Currently, we are on our 14th week doing these type of drive-through distributions. It's been a really rough 14 weeks under this pandemic. We still see the need for food assistance. We do these type of distributions to serve the communities all over Los Angeles County, and we still see the need. Even though we see economy opening up again, we have businesses that are opening, there's still people that are laid off, there's still people that have been furloughed or decreased hours, and they're behind. We have families that are struggling between paying bills and purchasing food. Thank you to our food bank volunteers, our donors and supporters.
Let's give a round of applause, boys and girls, to all of our volunteers. And as we take this time, we also would like to appreciate all of the people helping in our LAUSD food banks, our LA's best people, all of our volunteers, all of our cafeteria people. We are thankful for them. Next, we're going to be watching a video, 10 ways that you can help volunteer once you become older, especially around the Thanksgiving time. And like I said, maybe some of your parents are doing some of this volunteering, but this is a great way to be to show your citizenship. So let's watch the video.
Here are the top 10 ways to volunteer on Thanksgiving Day. Number 10, volunteer at a soup kitchen. Number 9, have a party to collect clothes and food for those in need. Number 8, donate blankets and clothes to a homeless shelter. Number 7, volunteer at a children's hospital. Number 6, help deliver meals to those in need. Number 5, volunteer and make care packages for overseas troops. Number 4, help clean a public park. Number 3, volunteer at a local community center, assisting with activities. Number 2, volunteer at a homeless shelter. Number 1, make a Thanksgiving dinner for a family in need. Here are the top.
We hope this video got you thinking of how you can volunteer and be a good citizen once you become older. Boys and girls, we understand that this year is a little bit different. So a lot of the things that were shown in the video we can't really do because of social distancing. But once you get older, boys and girls, you're gonna have plenty of opportunities to support your community and show your citizenship.
Now here's a little story that will talk about a little boy and his grandmother, and it shows us how they're on their way to a soup kitchen to volunteer at a soup kitchen. And one of the lessons that the little boy learns as he is going on his way to the soup kitchen with his grandma is that helping others really allows you to be a part of the greater community that you live in. When we volunteer, boys and girls, we're helping each other. And that's a very important thing to remember, that volunteering allows you to be helpful to others, because one day you might need help as well, and you will have your community backing you up. So let's watch this beautiful story.
Last Stop on Market Street. Words by Matt de la Pena. Pictures by Christian Robinson. CJ pushed through the church doors, skipped down the steps. The outside air smelled like freedom, but it also smelled like rain, which freckled CJ's shirt and dripped down his nose. He ducked under his Nana's umbrella, saying, "How come we gotta wait for the bus in all this wet?" "Trees get thirsty too," his Nana told him. "Don't you see that big one drinking through a straw?" CJ looked for a long time, but never saw a straw. From the bus stop, he watched water pool on flower petals, watched rain patter against the windshield of a nearby car. His friend Colby climbed in, gave CJ a wave, and drove off with his dad. "Nana, how come we don't got a car?" "Boy, what do we need a car for? We got a bus that breathes fire, and old Mr. Dennis, who always has a trick for you." The bus creaked to a stop in front of them. It sighed and sagged, and the door swung open. "What's that I see?" Mr. Dennis asked. He pulled a coin from behind CJ's ear, placed it in his palm. Nana laughed her deep laugh and pushed CJ along. They sat right up front. The man across the way was tuning a guitar. An old woman with curls had butterflies in a jar. Nana gave everyone a great big smile and a "good afternoon." She made sure CJ did the same. The bus lurched forward and stopped, lurched forward and stopped. Nana hummed as she knit. "How come we always gotta go here after church?" CJ asked. "Miguel and Colby never have to go nowhere." "I feel sorry for those boys," she told him. "They'll never get a chance to meet Bobo or the Sunglass Man. And I hear Trixie got herself a brand new hat." CJ stared out the window, feeling sorry for himself. He watched cars zip by on either side, watched a group of boys hop curbs on bikes. A man climbed aboard with a spotted dog. CJ gave up his seat. "How come that man can't see?" "Boy, what do you know about seeing?" Nana told him. "Some people watch the world with their ears." "That's a fact. Their noses, too," the man said, sniffing at the air. "That's a mighty fine perfume you're wearing today, ma'am." Nana squeezed the man's hand and laughed her deep laugh. Two older boys got on next. CJ watched as they moved on by and stood him back. "Sure wish I had one of those," he said. Nana set down her knitting. "What for? You got the real live thing sitting across from you. Why don't you ask the man if he'll play us a song?" CJ didn't have to. The guitar player was already plucking strings and beginning to sing. To feel the magic of music, The blind man whispered, "I like to close my eyes." Nana closed hers, too. So did CJ and the spotted dog. And in the darkness, the rhythm lifted CJ out of the bus, out of the busy city. He saw sunset colors swirling over crashing waves, saw a family of hawks slicing through the sky, saw the old woman's butterflies dancing free in the light of the moon. CJ's chest grew full, and he was lost in the sound, and the sound gave him the feeling of magic. The song ended, and CJ opened his eyes. Everyone on the bus clapped, even the boys in back. Nana glanced at the coin in CJ's palm. CJ dropped it in the man's hat. "Last stop on Market Street," Mr. Dennis called. CJ looked around as he stepped off the bus. Crumbling sidewalks and broken down doors. Graffiti tagged windows and boarded up stores. He reached for his Nana's hand. "How come it's always so dirty over here?" She smiled and pointed to the sky. "Sometimes when you're surrounded by dirt, CJ, you're a better witness for what's beautiful." CJ saw the perfect rainbow arcing over their soup kitchen. He wondered how his Nana always found beautiful wherever he never even thought to look. He looked all around them again, at the bus rounding the corner out of sight, and the broken street lamps still lit up bright, and the stray cat shadows moving across the wall. When he spotted their familiar faces in the window, he said, "I'm glad we came." He thought his Nana might laugh, her deep laugh, but she didn't. She patted him on the head and told him, "Me too, CJ. Now, come on."
All right, boys and girls. So always remember, when you volunteer, you are a part of a greater community. And when you get a chance to volunteer, do it. It'll make you feel good and you'll help others. Now I will hand it over to Miss Markosian.
Last stop on.
Good morning, boys and girls. Let's go ahead and look at what's happening in the upcoming week. So you do know that it's Parent Conference Week this week. Show us that you can be responsible. Check in with your teacher about your conference date, and please remind your families. This is an important time for your teacher to let your families know how you're progressing, you know, where you are in this part of the school year and how you can do better. So remember, we're all a team, and this is the time for your parents to have a formal conversation with your teachers. Next week, actually on Friday, it's Disney Day, so it's our Spirit Day. You can put on your ears, dress up as a Disney character, and if Disney's not your thing, dress up as any literary character from any of your favorite stories. So we want to see you dressed up on Friday. It's the last day before our holiday break, okay? So think about how you're going to show up to class on Friday. I do want to turn it over to Miss Patty, who's going to give you a quick tech tip. This is especially important because many of you have been taking some important tests online using your devices. So let's turn it over to Miss Patty. Welcome, Miss Patty. Are you here? Miss Patty stepped away. Okay, there she is.
Hey, Miss Patty.
the students and the parents right now.
Yeah.
Let me just tell them and I'll be back.
All right, Miss Patty is working at the computer lab today, and some of the students have gone to the computer lab to get help. So here it is. So let's go ahead and get started, and Miss Patty will join us. So boys and girls, you know how sometimes when you're in the classroom and you want to answer a question, you start to sound, well, at least to others, you sound like a robot? Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. You have to adjust your microphone. And the way that you adjust your microphone is you have to go to the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Do you see where that battery mark is? If you click there, it will expand the menu, and you have a couple of options. The microphone icon will allow you to adjust the volume. You want to go somewhere about 60–65%. So not towards the middle, but a little bit to the right of the middle. So that will really adjust the volume and allow your classmates to hear you more clearly. Okay, let's go on to the next screen. All right, so the other thing we want to do is you've been on your Chromebooks quite a bit, and you've been your computer has been saving a lot of data. So it's kind of full. It's kind of like your trash can, right? If you keep putting too much information, it gets heavy and it's slow. So what we would like you to do is to clear your browsing data. So basically, you're throwing out the trash. And the way you do that is on your Chrome browser, on the top right-hand corner, you will see 3 dots. You would have to click on the 3 dots. Go down to where it says More Tools, and it will give you the option to clear browsing data. Okay, we're recording this so you can watch it over again. But once you clear the browsing data, you want to choose the option that says All Time and click on Clear Data. That will clear up your computer, the extra data you don't need, and it will speed up your Chromebook. The other update that we have for you is, do you see the numbers on the bottom of your screen? Here it says 1. That actually tells you that there's an update. Your computer is ready for the next version. So you do want to click on that, on the 1. It gives you this option to update, take on the updates. So click on Update Available. And then it will ask you to restart. So you must restart your computer, and you must power off so that the updates go through and your computer gets the latest version of whatever update that the device is trying to get. So I know it's a lot, but you know what? Your teachers will remind you about how to clear your data and update your computer so you're all ready for the next semester. Before we move on, I do want to remind all of you that November is Native American Heritage Month. And it's particularly important because I know in 3rd grade you start learning about the various tribes, the Native American tribes. You learn about their culture, their location, their heritage. So in 4th grade, when you learn about California history and when transition to statehood, you learn about it even more as you learn about the mission. So the Native American Heritage Month, this is a good opportunity, no matter what grade you're in, to learn about the history, the culture of the various tribes and their connection to us. So, you know, Google it, pick up a book. If you're on Epic, do research a Native American tribe and learn about their story and how they connect to us. You know that we're all connected one way or another, okay? And then thinking about next month, you know that next week, I should say, next week we will be off, but there's a reason for it. We're off because we have Thanksgiving on November 26th. Now, think about what you are thankful for. I know that this has been a very, very challenging 8 months, but we all have something that we can be thankful for. So before we move on, let's learn a little bit about the story of Thanksgiving.
Hello, boys and girls. Let's talk about Thanksgiving, which is a very important holiday in America. On this day, we watch parades, decorate our houses, and have a big family dinner. But do you know where this holiday came from? Let's learn more about the first Thanksgiving Day. Many years ago, in 1620, a group of brave Englishmen got off their ship in America. They were called Pilgrims. It was a tough, cold winter, and they did not have enough food. Many people got very sick. When the spring came, the Pilgrims had to learn how to feed themselves. Native Americans showed them how to grow plants, such as corn. Native Americans were the people who had long lived in America. They knew how to survive and grow food on this land. In the fall, the Pilgrims gathered a big harvest. This means that they had plenty of food to eat. They decided to have a fancy dinner. Their Native American neighbors were invited to the celebration. The Pilgrims were thankful that they had settled in a new place and started a new life. Since then, Americans come together on Thanksgiving to celebrate the things that they are thankful for. Family, food, shelter, and good health are just a few things that many people give thanks for this day.
Subscribe to our channel to stay updated on new videos. Find links to our apps in the comments below.
With that, we want to wish all of you a wonderful and safe Thanksgiving break. Enjoy your week, show gratitude, be grateful, spend time with your family, and have a great week of learning Kittredge Kangaroos.